weeks ago, we went to HYPREP. So thank you, Mr. Victor. I believe we are getting insight into what HYPREP is all about and the activities. But there's something that I also believe is that we've seen a lot of work being done by HYPREP, but we need reports. People are asking out there, how can they track the operations of HYPREP? Does HYPREP has any reports that people out there can read? Does HYPREP have that kind of system does HYPREP have anywhere that people can track your operations, or have you reported any of your activities?
Yeah, there's a HYPREP website where you can track all of our programs, www.hyprep.gov.ng. So all of our programs are on there. On a monthly basis, we also release newsletters and technical reports as well. The technical report speaks to the work that we do in the communities more technically, talking about reduction in the risk-based screening levels on those sites, whether we have, we've achieved some reduction in the TPH, which is the total petroleum hydrocarbons. And then the newsletters speak to the other programs, the socio-economic programs of HYPREP, and all the things that we do. Just today, the World Environment Day, the PC is not here because they are in the Bomu Creek picking up plastics from the shorelines of Bomu, and we did that last year as well. So all of those things are put together, the efforts, the trainings for those who have been impacted, and all of that is reported in the newsletter. And then, of course, we have a technical report on a monthly basis that show you what we've done in potable water, what we've done in public health, the Center of Excellence that is nearing completion. I'm sure you had the time to visit there in Wiyakara. It's going to be a world-class research center that has no rival. Yeah, so all of those efforts are made clear. The number of communities that potable water has gotten to, the lines of reticulation in those communities, all of that is reported in the technical report that we bring out on a weekly basis. So some of these documents are also on the website, so everyone can have access to them. Thank you.
Okay, so I want to do a little bit of experiment for you to see. Now, how many people know HYPREP here? How many people have heard about HYPREP or understand the HYPREP's activities? Please, can I see your hands? If you've heard about HYPREP, beautiful. I can see some hands up. Now, how many people know that HYPREP has an event going on today? Let me see your hands up. If you know HYPREP had an event going on today, let me see your hands up. I can just see one hand. And the funny part is that the people who also know HYPREP, their hands are not up to say they have that you have an event going on today. So it shows that there is a bridge in communication between what you do and what the media is saying out there. Because if for such magnitude of event you have today to say celebrate World Environment Day, we're supposed to hear it. I would speak of a truth that I was opportune to know about the event because I was at your center some days back. But on the media, there's nothing to say HYPREP is having a picking of plastics activity to celebrate World Environment Day. So you can see that there's a bridge in in communication between the public and what you do. Now, my final and last question, this was just something to show you that media is very, very important. Now, my final and last question for you would be, as a federal government agency, who monitors HYPREP's operations and are international bodies involved?
Yeah, we have, in the Federal Ministry of Environment, we have our regulators, which is NOSDRA. Emphatically, it's just NOSDRA that is supposed to close out our sites. So they have the oversight over our works. They come for compliance monitoring. And at the end of works, when we've, based on the technical things that we're seeing, reduction in the TPH, and then all the other biodiversity aspects that they look out for, then those sites are closed out and certified by NOSDRA. Initially in the project, we also had UNEP. UNEP is the midwife to this project. So UNEP has been around up until last year, and we still have them around as consultants as well. There's a post-UNEP team made up of those who were in the UNEP team previously, who are also there to offer technical advice on what we should do and how we should go about it. So we have a governing council that supervises what HYPREP does and gives approvals as necessary, and of course the board of trustees where the fund for the cleanup is domiciled. So I think that's essentially the Federal Ministry of Environment is the overseeing ministry, and yeah, that's all about that. Thank you.
So as we speak, there is no international body monitoring HYPREP's operation because, like you said, UNEP actually are done with the operations with HYPREP.
UNEP had to pull out of Africa, especially, yeah, so on all of their projects in Africa, they had to pull out as an organ of United Nations, but there were plans to talk to UNOPS to come in and all of that. So, yeah, but even when they were here, it's just to offer, it's not, they don't certify us because the legislation for the country is domiciled in country. So they were just there to offer technical assistance and capacity building as they should. Guidance and capacity building. So that was what they were there for. But according to the legislation, our regulators is the National Oil Spill Response and Detection Agency, NOSDRA. They are the primary organ that supervise what we do. Yeah. So
I think this is one question, my last question actually, which I believe it's in the hearts of a lot of people from other riverine communities, and which is there going to be an extension of HYPREP's projects to other riverine communities, like say for example Kalabari region and all of that, or is the operation just in the Ogoni community?
The focus now is on, because the funding is from the Ogoni Trust Fund. Yeah, so principally now, yeah, it's for the Ogoni communities, but maybe in the future, on the end of this, and maybe there are other funding, some other parts, like Akwa Ibom, we had a letter from Akwa Ibom inviting HYPREP to come and clean up that area. And we can't simply just get in the car and go there because the funding is for the Ogoni area. Bayelsa also has a report on sites that have been ravished by hydrocarbon impacts, maybe far worse than we're dealing in Ogoni land. So all of these things, I think in the near future, we'll have a broader plan put together to look at other areas that HYPREP should also assist in assessing those areas and also trying to remediate oil spills in those areas.
All right, thank you very much. I don't know if there are any questions from our audience, maybe one or two questions. Okay, I see one hand up. We have plenty hands. Okay, let's just have one, just two. One, I will take the first two hands I saw. This hand, and then the last hand at the back, the lady on the glasses. I think I saw your hand first. So, yes, please, let's have the mic.
Thank you so much for this enlightenment. I realized that one of the mandates of HYPREP is on public health analysis. Am I correct?
Yes, indeed.
Okay. And you have a team that try as much as possible to conduct a rigorous public health analysis in order to discover the impact in these communities, to identify and address the health issues that stem from this environmental condition.
Yes.
Can you just please tell us, you've talked about what you have done to provide water communities. In this aspect, analysis, are there things you've done have identified health issues? There are things you've done for the communities to them. I know very well that there are issues, but what I don't know is what the HYPREP are able to do for these communities.
Thank you. Thank you very much. On public health, HYPREP is doing a lot. For one, we have the Ogoni Specialist Hospital. It's supposed to be a center for cancer and other critical, serious issues, respiratory issues. That construction is almost 70% complete. We also have a cottage hospital that is also under construction in Boa, in Kana, LGA. That is also around 95% complete. And then in about, was it last month, we've signed an agreement, a contract with the WHO, the World Health Organization. One of the recommendations of the HYPREP report was for a comprehensive health impact assessment of Ogoni land. So that is on the way. Initially, we've had to consult, I think the ASPUTO, there's an African Center of Excellence for Public Health, both University of Port Harcourt and University of Ibadan. Those two organs have been in talks with us with the WHO. So I think that study is about to begin. But for the hospitals, those will be like, we will do the health impact study, and then we'll feed it into the hospitals that are already on play. And then on an annual basis, we also have health outreaches in all our communities, especially every December. HYPREP goes in the communities and does health medical programs, and then about 200 persons last December had surgeries and all of that, and then lots of things were provided health-wise. So that is what HYPREP is doing in health. Thank you.
All right, thank you for answering the question. Please, the last lady at the back. Your name and question, please. Please, her mic.
Okay, I'm Asaro Good by name. My question is, do HYPREP accept IT students? And again, because I saw online where someone finished his IT with HYPREP, and I was like, how? How did it go on? Because I didn't see any publicity concerning IT space and all of that. And again, I also saw when HYPREP distributed laptops to students. Like, I don't know if they are students or so, I don't know how. And again, I want to say you people should do more publicity, because we want to know when all these things is going on. We are interested. I'm interested myself. So I want to know if people want to do anything, please, people should do more, publicize more, so we can get to see them. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. HYPREP has space for ITs, so we have interns, and we also have, I think, 30 spaces for students who are industrial training, and we have 30 spaces for corpers. We have corpers who also serve with HYPREP. So normally, at the beginning of the year, it's mostly those from the polytechnics. They have a longer 1 year service, but we're trying to, because most times in June, when the universities are out for IT placements, the place is already filled. But we're trying to make it such that we can accommodate those from universities as well. So you submit your application to the project coordinator, and then they call you, and then if we have need of your area of expertise in environmental remediation and the areas where we're working, be sure that you'll be given the opportunity to serve. Yeah.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Victor.
On the laptops that she mentioned, we have trainings. We had our livelihood trainings. So I think one of our skills was on computer programming and all of that. So about 200 trainees that were under that contractor got laptops as startup packs. Yeah, so they had various startup packs that at the end of the training they gave to all those who were in those beneficiaries of those trainers. I think that's where that laptop was issued. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Victor. Please a round of applause for him. Thank you for your audience, my wonderful listeners. My name is Ibiso Ikiroma-Owiye, also known as Ib-Henshaw, and it was nice to engage you on this panel session.
Thank you. Let's put our hands together for, thank you, Mr. Victor. That was so great.